What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Doing Things with E-Dub. We're back with another one. Looks like we got a great one today, crab dip. So we had some leftovers we were working with, so we figured, hey, we're having a few drinks, let's just start throwing some stuff together and see what we come up with. So I already had some lump crab meat. I had went out for lunch previously, earlier that day, and had spinach dip, but I didn't finish it, so I grabbed one to go, and I said, maybe I'll just do something later on. So I had some chips, and I figured I'd make some toast points just to kind of have a different variation of the chips and the toast points with the crab dip mixed together. And basically, it turned out really, really well. So I just wanted to share that, make a quick video on how to do it. Super easy. The toast points, really all I did was I just took a roll and cut it in half, and then I sliced it into quarters, as you can see in the video, and really just added some garlic butter, a little bit of Italian season, and a little bit of garlic. And I just went to work, melted that together. We started brushing them. You can dip them. It really doesn't matter how you do it. You can have one side covered. You can have the whole thing covered. It's really a personal preference. We just did one side for the video because, obviously we were just kind of messing around. So that's just kind of how it turned out. When you're doing stuff like this, it's trial and error. If you do it one way and it decides, it might not taste as good, you can always do it differently the next time around. You don't have to stick to it. So really, what I wanted to look at is how would it taste with using a sub roll versus like a French baguette roll. Would it be too much of a difference? So that's why I went with the roll that I had left over just to try it out. It all works, and it turned out to be very, very good. They made some quality toast points. They weren't too crunchy. They were done just enough for you to get a mouthful of crab meat and just really taste everything, hit all your taste buds and everything. So yeah, check it out, give it a shot. If you don't know what kind of roll to go with or bread to use, I'll drop a description, but you can do several different variations. I mean, if you're not into white bread, obviously you can do wheat, or you can do wheat chips or something like that, fried tortillas. There's just so many different things that you can do, mess around with, to switch up. Because at the end of the day, it's a preference. It's all about, what do I like, what do I want to eat as far as my crab legs, crab dip, my seafood. You just got to be picky. I encourage everybody to be picky. If you're not picky, you're probably going to be limited to what you end up getting versus what your palate is asking for. So, all right, moving along. With these toast points, you don't want to toast them very long. You don't want to burn them. You don't want them to be so crispy that now they're unedible, and they have a crunch on them to the point where you're breaking a tooth, or even worse, you're choking on them. So what I did was, after I knew that the crab dip was going to be going into the oven for a certain amount of time, I put the toast points in there on low heat, turn it down to about 325, and just keep an eye on them. Touch them, make sure they're not burning. All right. So with the crab meat, I went ahead and I just add Old Bay to it, a little bit of butter, not too much, just a tad, and then just kind of let that cook off and get some heat on it before I put it in the pan. So here I have my leftover spinach dip, and here I have some leftover Velveeta cheese that I had from a venue I did earlier this week. And I just threw all this together, and I said, you know what, let me see what this cheese will look like mixed with this spinach dip, and then I'll add it on top of the crab meat. So that's what we have here. That's what we're going to put together. Then we're going to pop it in the oven. We're going to check it out and see how it goes. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button. Keep up with this algorithm. That's how we keep pumping these videos out. They're going to keep allowing us to pump them out every time you hit that like button. And I just try to, anything that comes to mind where I say, hey, let me make a video for it, or let me try this out, I try to incorporate my viewers into it, because there's a lot of times when I'm just, here, or I'm out and about, and I just don't know what I want to eat. And so when these ideas pop up, I'm always like, let's go ahead and try it. Let's check it out. Let's see how this works. And this was one of them, and it turned out so good. Oh, man, just talking about it, I kind of want to make it again, and, maybe I'll add it to my menu, do it as a special or something. So check it out now. I went ahead and mixed the spinach dip in there, and it's blended nice and well. And it wasn't a lot of spinach dip. It may have been 3 or 4 ounces of spinach dip. I don't know what it is per portion when you get it at the store, but around that range, a couple ounces of spinach dip. And as far as the cheese, I did a half a block of the large Velveeta cheese. So that's kind of what you want to go for. You want more cheese than anything and less spinach dip. Obviously, you can put as much crab meat as you would like. As you see, I filled that whole pan up with crab meat, and I'm just basically pouring the cheese and the spinach dip mixture over top of it. Now at this point, you can start adding in whatever garnishes you feel like. I just did Old Bay because we're dealing with seafood, and I love Old Bay. But, you can use Creole Kick, you can use Tony's, you can use a wide range of different spices and seasons that you want. Again, this is a preference thing. Whatever you normally like with your seafood, that's what I encourage you to do. So here's a display of before it goes in the oven. And once it's in the oven, again, not too long. I only did it for 7 minutes on 350. At this point, my toast points were already done, so we were good to go there. So now you see I'm mixing the cheese up so you can see all that crab meat in there. I mean, it is just too good to be true. And, again, you're having a few drinks, you have some people over. This is a great appetizer, a great starter if you're going to do some entrees and stuff afterwards. But if it's just you and your friend, or you and your girl, or, your kids, whatever, this is a go-to right here. This is a win. Can't lose. Hey, if you like this video, keep doing things with E-Dub. Check me out. I'll keep pumping them out. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already a fan. And we'll see you next time. Keep doing things with E-Dub. I'm out of here.